Hi, this is Jeanette Starseed. Welcome. This is going to be your weekly astrology forecast for the week of April 30th through May 6th, 2006. This is one of the most powerful weeks of the season. We begin May as a blue moon month, meaning 2 full moons happen in the same calendar month. So the first arrives now in Scorpio on May 1st, and another full moon closes the month. So this creates a rare feeling of accelerated endings and emotional breakthroughs and destiny level course correction. This week asks one question: what truth are you finally ready to face? Thursday, April 30th, which is today, we have the moon entering Scorpio. And you may have already been feeling this shift in the days leading up to the full moon. I know I do. It's not super intense, other than I can see what's being brought to the forefront of what I struggle with that needs to be worked on. But however, it's come up before, and I know how I need to work on it now, or continue to work on it, as I have been working on it, but continue to put more effort into it. So the emotional tone shifts immediately. Scorpio energy deepens everything. You may feel more intense, private, reflective, suspicious, passionate, or aware of what's not being said. This is where surface conversations stop working. Your body may know something before your mind admits it. Scorpio rules intimacy, trust, power dynamics, shared money, resources, healing, trauma, emotional truth, death, transformation, rebirth. And you may notice agitation if you've been suppressing something, and just realize that this is information for you to work from. Ask yourself, what am I pretending doesn't matter? And how can I change it? Because it does matter, because it keeps coming up, right? Okay. So full moon in Scorpio, we have on May 1st, which is Friday, and also Venus in Gemini sextiling Saturn in Aries. Now, sextiles are good energy, so you can expect some good energy to follow this intense full moon. We do have the full moon in Scorpio at 11 degrees, so you'll want to look at where you have Scorpio in your chart at 11 degrees. If you're not sure, we can do a transit reading, and I can help you with that. The Scorpio full moon exposes what has outlived its purpose. It can bring clarity to relationships, finances, trust issues, jealousy patterns, emotional attachments, or fears around loss and vulnerability. But this moon also heals. If you face the hard truth during this Scorpio full moon, or what the Scorpio full moon brings up for you, there's a beautiful trine waiting on the other side. And with the Scorpio moon trining Jupiter in Cancer, so we have a sextile and a trine after or following the Scorpio full moon. This relief can come fast once honesty happens. So this can bring fortunate developments, emotional cleansing, feeling stronger and clever, healing around home and family, a sense of well-being returning, pride in how far you've come. Okay. And with the Venus sextiling Saturn, this helps love get serious and grounded where it's aligned. And this is excellent for healthy boundaries and commitment talks, mature love, stabilizing finances, choosing self-respect over confusion. Not everyone gets access to you anymore. And then Saturday, May 2nd, Mercury enters Mercury enters Taurus. And the pace of the mind slows down because Taurus is an earth sign and they move slow and methodical. So in a good way. Okay, after intense Scorpio emotions, Mercury in Taurus helps you think more clearly, practically, and patiently. Decisions become more grounded, and you may care less about drama and more about what actually works. And it's a good time for budgeting, business planning, long-term choices, calm communication, speaking with authority, less reacting and more building. Then Sunday, May 3rd, the moon enters Sagittarius and the heaviness begins to lift. After Scorpio's emotional purge, Sagittarius brings perspective, movement, laughter, faith, and desire to breathe again. You may suddenly want to travel, which I've always wanted to do, and go outside, learn something new, tell the truth more boldly, move on from what was draining you. And this is the I can see the bigger picture now energy. And then Monday, May 4th, Mars in Aries squares Jupiter in Cancer. Big energy, big emotions, big reactions. This transit can make people impulsive, defensive, overconfident, or easily irritated. So there may be tension between independence and emotional needs. Watch for overcommitting, anger rooted in hurt, ego clashes, rushing decisions, emotional overreactions. Use it constructively. Channel it into exercise, action, courage, or finally handling what you've avoided. Make sure you ground your energy. Do something meditative that puts you into a flow state. And maybe walk outside barefoot if you can, or go into nature. Take a bath. I wish I could. I don't have a bathtub. So Tuesday, May 5th, which is my daughter's birthday, and also Cinco de Mayo. My daughter will be 20. Oh my God. It's crazy. You don't think it goes by fast in the moment, but you look back and think, damn, it's gone by fast, and you're making me older. So the moon enters Capricorn, and Mercury squares Pluto. Mercury sextiles the North Node on this day as well. And now we get serious. Moon in Capricorn wants results, structure, discipline, and emotional composure. But Mercury square Pluto can bring intense conversations, obsessive thinking, power struggles, or truths that cannot stay buried. So this is not small talk energy. You may uncover hidden motives, financial truths, secrets, manipulation patterns, what needs to transform mentally. The blessing in Mercury sextile the North Node. Okay, so this means one conversation, realization, message, or decision could redirect your future path. Pay attention to what lands on this day. Okay, May 5th. And Wednesday, May 6th, Pluto goes retrograde in Aquarius, which is big. Okay, now the collective transformation turns inward. Pluto retrograde asks, where have you given your power away to systems, groups, technology, labels, or fear of rejection? This begins a longer review around freedom, community, authenticity, and future vision. Personally, you may reassess friendships, networks, social media dynamics, or where you no longer fit. Something outdated begins to loosen its grip. So the May 1st full moon at 11 degrees will likely impact those with placements near that degree most strongly, in which I actually have Scorpio 11 degrees in my chart in my second house, which is about my values, self-worth, finances, basically around that. And especially it's going to affect the fixed signs. Okay, so Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, which I have all in my chart. 8 degrees to 14 degrees mostly is who's going to be affected by that. That will show in your chart as well. And this can bring endings, breakthroughs, emotional truth, and major shifts in life areas where Scorpio falls in your chart. So Cancer and Pisces, where that is in your chart, may bring more healing, clarity, and emotional support from it. And the overall theme this week, starts in emotional depth and ends in powerful awareness. Scorpio says, face it. Taurus says, stabilize it. Sagittarius says, rise above it. And Capricorn says, build from it. Pluto says, transform through it. The truth may sting for a moment, but it can free you for much longer. And where do you have any of these signs in your chart showing up for you? Comment down below, especially if you have Scorpio in your birth chart, so we can support each other in the comment section. And what truth are you asking to be faced now? I just seen 333. If you would like a more personal guidance reading, intuitive reading on your transits, how the current transits are affecting you this upcoming month, or how specific ones are, or even just a soul-aligned birth chart reading. I also do tarot. I can combine both of them. You can contact me through direct message or through my email and my link tree. I have different pricing options. So sending you lots of love and light, piercing through the shadows this week. And don't forget to ground yourself and set your intentions of what you want to release during this Scorpio full moon to transform for the better, because we cannot build the future on past ways. We need to work from the new if we want to see a better outcome. So, namaste.